But I began to think about February, and I began to think about what that meant. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but when I was in school, they had a calendar and a kind of a billboard up in the room. Did anyone else have that in school or class when you were growing up? And the two things I remember was February was always a red border. It usually had like Cupid and hearts, and there was pink and white and different things. And the two things that we talked about the most, it seemed like in February when I was in school, was Valentine's Day and love. And how many people remember the little tiny cards and you wrote your name on it, you folded it over? How many people remember the shoebox and you decorated the shoebox? TJ, you were with me, cut a little slit in it, and you were hoping your cute boy or cute girl would give you a little different one than maybe someone else gave. And then what about those little, listen, I think they're still nasty, those little hearts, would you be mine? Chalk, yeah, thank you, TJ. And so those are the things I remember, and I don't preach topically a lot, and I don't tend to do that, but during February, usually, Kelly and I will speak at Valentine's Day, and we'll share together as couples and just something about relationships. And the Lord just began kind of putting this in me, relationships, a place where love is demonstrated. And so I began to think about it, and God, what do you say to your word? And the Lord took me to John chapter 13, verse 35, which says this: you will be known by your love one for another. Now you got to think about that because you've heard that, but that's Jesus saying that. And when I thought about that passage, I'd never thought about it in this light. Here's the deal. He didn't say you'll just be known by your love. Love has to be demonstrated, it has to be manifested, and it has to be received. So I can tell you I love you, but when I hug you or when I see you or when I do something with you or for you, how many people know that's love demonstrated, that's love manifested? And someone said it this way, that someone doesn't care even how much you know until what? They know how much you care. And so when I begin to deal with this, I begin to think about this, I begin to think about Jesus, because Rick, I always want to look at Jesus in his example. First of all, him coming and being born demonstrates God's love for us, and it demonstrates his love. Not only was he born, but he lived and he dwelt among us. And how many people know that would? You ever go on vacation and you've got a nice motel and you're having beautiful weather and the beach is nice and the water is fine, and you say, well, I wish I could stay another week, I don't want to leave here. I don't know about you, but Hawaii might be nice, the beach you go to might be nice, but I think heaven's probably trumping about everything we can imagine. How many people agree with that? Here's the deal. Jesus left heaven to come to the earth for you and I. What is that? That's his love manifested. That's his love demonstrated. He was beaten. He was rejected. Jesus dealt with difficult people and difficult relationships. I'm going to say something that will make some of you think, it might even offend some of you. Jesus loved everybody, but I don't think he liked everybody. Jesus loved everybody because he died for everybody, but I don't think he liked what everybody did. And I understand there's a difference between appreciation and like or love, because there are people that I love, but I don't appreciate what they do. Is anyone feeling what I'm feeling? Because when you deal with relationships, not only with marriage, not only with kids, in your workplace, wherever, when you deal with relationships sometimes are difficult. You know why? Because people are difficult. Everybody just, yeah, Helen, take a deep breath and laugh. Am I telling you the truth? And here, I'm going to bring it in up close and personal. Not only are people difficult sometimes, I'm difficult sometimes. You aren't going to get it without me, and you are too.